सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषाय शून्यवादी पाशादेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. It's a very nice consciousness, how to do things. The first thing in this was that the person is fully Krishna conscious. Anything you want to do, first thing, don't forget Krishna consciousness. Today what happens is that somebody has anything to do, responsibility in the material world, okay? They think that, hey, forget all Gita now, it will disturb them. I think it's not practical at all. So this is wrong actually. The first thing is person should be Krishna conscious. Otherwise he should not take any responsibility. He should just take a broom and sweep the road. So to do anything in this world, first thing we need is Krishna consciousness. We should be a devotee of the Lord. We should be a Krishna conscious person. In fact, you see, Krishna gives all the responsibilities of the universe to people only who are Krishna conscious. That is his criteria. His criteria is not that somebody is very expert in this or that. Krishna is not giving any responsibility based on that. Correct? All the devatas, we have 30 crore devatas, 300 million devatas. Imagine how big Krishna is. So many directors he has. And that also they don't report to Krishna directly, they report to Brahma. And then millions of Brahmas report to Krishna, how big Krishna is. Now all of these people, the criteria is, are they Krishna conscious? That is the first criteria. Yeah, none of the Krishna. Brahma means he has to be highly Krishna conscious. That is a primary responsibility, a primary qualification. Guna karma, the guna is that how much Krishna conscious the person is. That is the first qualification. Brahmana means he is given the highest responsibility in society. He is the guru of the whole society. What is the criteria? He is highly Krishna conscious. Kshatriya, little less, but still advanced in Krishna conscious. Vaishya also highly Krishna conscious. Correct? So this was the main criteria, which is so nice actually. They are right in the target that what is the primary criteria for responsibility. Now, once somebody is Krishna conscious actually, he can take up anything. He will not be disturbed. That is what the point it was taken here, because we are there in this material world. As I was discussing, even Brahma, when he created the material world, he felt a little sad. Because he felt that, my God, the illusion that I created, the whole variety that I created, will enchant anybody. He will think this is a real world. Even Brahma got stunned after his creation. And this has come out quite good. Just like you make a mannequin, and if it comes out too well, you yourself feel not able to figure out. It looks real. So something like that, our body is nothing but a packet of stool and urine. Just somebody just showed a photograph of the hand without the skin. We can't look at it. How horrible it is. But packed up, everything is packaging. Once it is packed up nicely, you start getting enchanted, enamored with the whole thing. Correct? Actually, it is nothing. You remove the skin, we can't even look at it. How horrible it is. But you packed up, you become fully under illusion. You forget the reality. So now what is happening is that Priyavata has been ordered by his seniors. Go, take up the rule. But what is the criteria? Is he Krishna conscious or not? Why did they come and search for him? Highly advanced in Krishna consciousness. Right. Highly advanced. Not another technical ability. He knows how to shoot arrows very expertly. These all things will come. But the primary factor in is, even Krishna told all message to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, why? Highly Krishna conscious. Correct? Even though he was a Kshatriya, highly. Priyavata was also in the Kshatriya family, correct? But he is also highly Krishna conscious, son of Brahma. That is one part. And therefore he could take up. Therefore Prabhupada says, same reason even Priyavata did not want to take up the rule. Now today, how much they desire. In fact, they destroy the whole party, they destroy everything. But the ambition to be Prime Minister at 90 years of age, at 80 years of age. So many youngsters may be highly qualified, they will not allow them. I want to. It's a disease today. But no, the father wanted to fully take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. completely take shelter of the lotus feet, even though he is a great personality, Manu. Just imagine. When Brahma, Manu is a very big personality, these are. But even then, they are also desiring to completely take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. How beautiful consciousness. So now he is also praying that I can also take shelter. But then the father comes, the grandfather comes, and no, you first take care of the kingdom. So on the order of Brahma, he agreed. Okay, I'll do that. Okay. So on the order of Brahma, he took up the throne. We also know the example of Yudhishthira Maharaj. He took up the throne on the order of, correct? Krishna and so many people ordered, and finally Bhishma ordered. Then he took up the throne. So they were not desirous of enjoying power and money. They were doing it as a duty. This kind of consciousness belief. And moment, there was, somebody may say today also like that, You just know what tamasa they do. When somebody doesn't get a cabinet post, they rakas they create, They are desiring power and money. They cannot artificially say they are on this platform. Why? They are not Krishna conscious. Only a Krishna conscious person, because he is fully satisfied by his devotion to Krishna, only he can have no attraction to material things. Correct? Otherwise, it's not possible. Unless you have a higher taste, you cannot give up lower taste. The vairagya is not possible when you don't have a higher taste. Because a devotee is Krishna conscious, fully satisfied in virtue of his service to Krishna, he doesn't mind it. He is peaceful. Correct? Therefore, Priyavata took up the throne only on the order of his grandfather, Brahma. Otherwise, he was not interested. And same way, Arjuna also is said in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, I am not desiring any power, I am not desiring anything. I am just. So Krishna said, no, I want you to fight. He fought. Why did he fight? On Krishna's order. Otherwise, he was not interested. He said, I am not interested in money, power, all that. I have to kill so many people. And Krishna said, no, I want this fight. Oh, you want this fight? Proceed, finished. That's all actually the main thing. The rest is just details in Bhagavad Gita. And then Prabhupada concludes his purport with that famous verse, Narayana para sarve. Na kutashana viviyati sarga pavarga narkeshu abhitulyar darshana. So devotee is not afraid of any condition. These are the great servants of Narayana. This comes in the famous pastime of Chitraketu. Look, he says to Lord Shiva says to his wife, look how great are the servants of Lord Narayana. How great they are. That they are not bothered about any hellish, because his wife Durga had just cursed Chitraketu to become a demon. And he has taken her blessing. He said, okay, I accept it. Even though actually there was no fault. But still, Lord Shiva said, see, can't you see how great servants of Narayana. Today you have cursed him to become a demon. He has accepted the curse and gone. Without having any resentment to you. He said, it's all my own karma. I am getting this situation. Can't you even see how great the servants of Narayana are? Why? Sarga Pavarga Narikeshu. Even Srila Prabhupada. Actually, how much we should try to understand, he would have captured Krishna's heart. Sometimes, actually he's a Nitya Siddha, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicted, I am going to send somebody. There are many people who have predicted Prabhupada's appearance, many people, before in this Sampradaya. But even then, we just look at his activity. And Prabhupada himself said, as far as this life is concerned, I have not forgotten Krishna for one moment. This is the platform of a Nitya Siddha. Only Nitya Siddha is on that platform. But still, you see, just by activities, even if somebody cannot understand this, anybody, this kind of an activity will capture the heart of Krishna. True? Taking all the effort, Narayana, Vanakuta, no fear, going to such a cold country where nobody is interested in Krishna consciousness, without any money, without any support, without any followers, nothing. And particularly for so many years in India first struggled for that. How much struggle was there? Any opportunity, struggle. He wrote letters, we read so many. You can see he's struggling. I'm crying alone in wilderness. He's struggling, trying this way, that way. He tried so much to go to Japan. There was a conference, was not successful. And then he went to America. Then when things started happening, he wrote letter to so many people in India to help him. Now a temple can be formed. Nobody came forward. So with all, we can see how much struggle went on. When somebody has, and after the things started going, how much he established. And then he had a heart attack and he prayed to, told his disciple, pray to the Lord. Master has not finished the work. How much he was focused, that let the mission of Lord Chaitanya, let the order of this Guru be fulfilled. You can't even imagine, correct? This kind of a level of sincerity. We are hardly bothered on Guru's mission. How much he was keen, let it be established. His whole life was dedicated to somehow accomplish the mission of his spiritual master. He saw actually his spiritual master formed the body of God, 64 branches are there. Whole thing, he told openly, he told, they have become asara, waste. They are fighting on themselves. He said, asara, this is waste. He never tried to revive God in mind. He just left it. In fact, later also in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he said, this is asara. Asara means it's a very strong word, waste. And then alone, he re-established the whole mission of the spiritual master alone. And so much struggle for him. He had to a whole night writing the books and going into every details of organization, planning, executing the whole thing, inspiring, encouraging devotees, correcting them, guiding them. We can't even imagine the kind of effort that is involved. Actually, it's all purification if we can glorify such a devotee. So a person captures the heart of Krishna when he does this. True? Fully Krishna's. Because Bhagavad Gita, very nicely said, somebody told, why did Prabhupada not write purport to the shloka? Because there is the Bhagavad Gita purport, that they in the shloka that nobody will dare to me as he who spreads this message to other people. Krishna says that after telling the message of Gita, towards the end, 18th chapter, the shloka comes, correct? What is the shloka? Nachatasmar manaseshu kashchid me priyakritamaha. There's nobody in this whole humanity will be as dear to me as a person who tries to spread this message. And nobody in past, nobody in future will be as dear as he who can take this message to other people. Okay? Krishna is openly declared. This is the most dearest thing to him. Not his social welfare or all this is secondary. This is what is very, very dear to Krishna. And so somebody devotee will ask Prabhupada, you didn't write purport to that shloka. It's a very important shloka. Prabhupada is silent. So another devotee said, his life itself is a purport. His whole life, his whole example is a purport. So in the same way, we can understand actually that how much his life has, his activity that pleased. And he has captured the heart of Krishna. Now our objective should be that we do something to capture Prabhupada's heart. That will be very nice. Do something with Prabhupada's heart. Yes, that's very nice. And I was just reading yesterday night, somebody, devotee, Rameshwara, he has put up a huge, so 200 and some 300 pages of the narration, how the book distribution was happening those times, and how they were related to Prabhupada and that. You can't even imagine the nectar of that. Can't even imagine how devotees were in so much great pressure. And he was telling the first time he saw Prabhupada, or the Rath Yatra, and Prabhupada just looked at him, and he broke down. So much they were, love and attachment to Prabhupada. So much. First time. He just went, he's doing a lot of service, he was doing book distribution, they were every day, and he came to the Rath Yatra, he says that we had some offering, public, at the beginning the movement was not having much money, it was struggling for resources. They had a Rath Yatra, and in the Rath Yatra there was a 20,000 public. So they made very simple prasad, some bread and something very simple. And somehow in the Prabhupada, when he came to the Rath Yatra, after they had a grand Rath Yatra, 20,000 people, imagine. Now you cannot get 20,000 people. Come to the final, at the place, at the end of Rath Yatra, 20,000 people are gathered together just to attend the festival there. And then Prabhupada has come is on the asana, and the kirtan is going on before the class. So Prabhupada tells a devotee, I want to see what you are distributing as prasadam. So they bring to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada looks at it. He says, I can't eat this. And he becomes very angry. Oh, why you don't have opulent prasad? Because Prabhupada is always, he wanted to have standard for his student. We should have good prasad. What is this nonsense you are distributing? So what happened was, with Prabhupada traveling with the GBCs, so some person came running there to see what's happening. This is this kind of prasadam you are distributing. So they said, explain the situation. And the person was there only. He could not see Prabhupada. So they relieved him, knowing that he has not still taken darshan. So he came running. And so nice it is. He just comes and sees Prabhupada, and Prabhupada just looks at him. That's all. Just glances at him. So much they were, the Prabhupada looked at him. And then every day what used to happen, the book distribution after that, slowly book distribution started exploding. One by one they found out more and more means of distribution of books and concerts, in house to house, so parking lots, and finding out more and more places they could distribute Prabhupada books, and it was so blissful. So Prabhupada was in the temple. He had come visiting to the temple, and he used to write, the devotees used to daily book distribution score. There was an in charge. They used to get whatever temples. There were a few temples at that time. All the stories of book distribution daily. Some brief note about book distribution, where they did and how much they did total. Daily they used to report to Prabhupada. Because he was in Los Angeles or something like that. So then they used to wait below. They had no courage to enter his room. They used to just send to his secretary, and Prabhupada used to read. So one day Prabhupada just asked, who is this Rameshwaram? And he said, I could not imagine my fortune. The Prabhupada has asked about me. Just, who is this? So this was a level, of actually service we need to have to a devotee who has conquered Krishna. We can understand, even though we do not have, suppose, a capacity to understand, he's a Nitya Siddha, he is a Senapati of Lord Chaitanya's army, he is so great. But even we see Bhaumalila, his activities which he has manifested here, how much it will dear to Krishna, correct? So if we can get attention of this, who is this person? Yes, life is successful. We are immediately blessed. So in this way we can understand. Yes, so Prabhupada also had to go in America. What difficult condition it was. Living, he was living with a person whose name was Paul, who was a drug addict. So difficult condition. One day he, became an addiction wild, and Prabhupada had to leave the place. So I can't live there. So much difficulty. Prabhupada is going to keep in the fridge some yogurt or milk he is keeping, and seeing meat is kept in the same fridge. And is to tolerate all that. Imagine living among wretched people. Wretched people is living. And that level he has slowly tolerated, and somehow the movement came into being. So Narayana Parasarve. That's a devotee story. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.